Welcome back, traders. How are we doing? It is an absolutely gorgeous Saturday afternoon in which I got absolutely clobbered at work, but I'm here every single day for y'all. And today's topic is going to be none other than the one, the only GME and AMC. We're going to start with AMC because there is some technical news. I'm feeling better. My vocals are a little bit better. Less coughing. Thank goodness. I know you guys were getting tired of that. So before we start in, I just want to say thank you guys. Thanksgiving is coming up, and I could not be more thankful to have such a supportive and amazing community going into 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys find this valuable, slap it and let's go. So AMC going into Wicked 2 earnings or revenue from the weekend and its debut. I asked Rock a couple of different questions just because I was curious. I've been out of touch. I haven't seen a lot about it, but Wicked for Good, the second installment of the Wicked musical film adaptation, or often called Wicked 2, opened in theaters November 22nd. So that was today or yesterday. It earned $151 million in its domestic North America opening weekend, making it the second biggest debut for Broadway adaptation and the second largest Universal Pictures. So that's a pretty huge opening weekend. I mean, it's pretty tremendous. When you look at when Wicked 1 was released, because that's what I was curious to see. What kind of implications, right, can this bring to AMC? You see a very depressed stock right now, a very depressed market sentiment for that stock as well, being at an all-time low. But this is generally a good announcement. It's very, very positive that you're seeing that high of a number in domestic. And in this paragraph, it later goes to just how much the globally could pull. Projected to add 75 million international for a worldwide opening of 225 to 235 for context. And for context, the first one did 112 and then ended up totaling worldwide almost $1 billion. So you're already hitting stronger than you were in the first one, but none of that matters if you look at the chart. Because the chart, you're at an all-time low. You almost went to $1. In fact, you bounced and you found a pretty strong candle, and this is kind of what I was waiting to cover AMC for, is you found a strong bullish engulfing candle, guys. That's a generally positive look. I can show you what is a bullish engulfing candle. Typically, this comes near your bottom, or at least it is a sign of it. You can see here, let's see if we got good examples. That's your bullish engulfing candle, right? This is literally textbook bullish engulfing, where you see a higher close and a whole-bodied candle that engulfs the entire last wick. And that's exactly what you saw on AMC. Regardless of what the market did, right? Regardless of what Bitcoin did, absolutely getting hammered. What you saw on AMC was a good sign. You saw an uptick in volume and an absolute beautiful bullish engulfing candle, as well as the daily MACD guys beginning to curl up for the first time since back here. So during this last curl up, you went from 260 up to 320. I expect a similar rally, and it might sound hard to believe, especially with your market sentiment, fear and greed index just being off the freaking hook. It's insane. It is crazy. 11 is insane. Crypto seeing a little bit of relief going into the weekend, and so that gives me a little bit more bullish conviction. Bitcoin up almost 2%. I do believe you're going to see a Monday green open unless everything tanks. But typically a green crypto weekend spells well for a good opening to futures at 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. tomorrow. So what I'm watching for AMC is next week, Monday, I'm watching for you to come up to this 9-day EMA in the daily time frame. And why is that, right? Because you can see how many times smashed. Just recently, right? This thing has been a stubborn glue. So what I want to see AMC do is begin to break free from the 9-day EMA, because you can see every single time break above it, close above it, and then you run. And it happens so often. Get above it, close above it, run. The 9-day EMA is that short moving average that you can really use as a swing trader or as a day trader and say, am I bullish? Am I bearish? And this is why, right? I see a bullish engulfing candle and you're about to cross the 9-day EMA. If you cross, I think you're going to come all the way back up and test what is this level? 250. I think 250 is going to be absolutely crucial for AMC, because that was your pitch perfect high off of this rejection of the 9-day EMA last time. And what is it also? It is a perfect throwback retest of your macro wedge, right? This is your perfect throwback opportunity, and it does not have to cross straight through, right, and get back above, although it'd be nice to see. If you're looking for a bottom here, you're looking not just at the candle closes and the volume, which are good right now. You're looking at the gap you have at, what is that gap? 233, I think you're going to fill next week. And then you're looking at a broader formation that you could form if you do play this out, right? Because this is a possibility. As much as I hate to say it, you could come back up here, reject, and go all the way back down to that 170 to 160 area. Nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to talk about it, but it's a possibility. The other possibility entirely is you could do something along the lines of this. Come all the way back up, reject, find support at where you last found support, which was 236, and then you go. And if that happens, guys, I am going to laugh so hard that you see this busted pattern of the falling wedge, because a falling wedge should be bullish. In this instance, AMC has a lot of uncertainty, and that's understandable. But if you see this inverse head and shoulders, and I'm not banking on it, I think it's more likely that you reject here with all the dilution news. But this is a possible setup for shareholders to get this shoulder, head, shoulder. And what you would do is you would take the macro head, put it on the neckline, put the breakout, and that pretty much directly takes you to where that 200-day EMA is going to live in the future. You're going to bump your head directly on it at 308. So that's going to be so critical, guys, if this scenario plays out on AMC, to watch what happens. But regardless, we're going to continue to cover AMC again, because it's becoming interesting once again with this bullish engulfing candle close. More on that tomorrow. But the other one, drum roll, GameStop is doing something pretty unique and pretty similar to AMC, and the fact that you've absolutely just been tarnished. You've been beat, wrecked 28% in 50 days. That is sideways price action that nobody wished for. That wasn't in my 2025 bingo card, but inevitably it happened, right? And you have this falling wedge that you still find support on. You also have a retest of this macro bull pennant that you tapped once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. And you are now establishing a base support while also curling up on the RSI for the first time in what feels like forever, right? You closed the day with a bullish, a inverted bullish hammer candle. Just like a bullish engulfing, inverted hammers can be very, very bullish in terms of a reversal on the macro when you see them. The only thing compared to AMC that I'd like to see differently is you see a downtick in volume, which leads me to believe you'll see a little bit more sideways consolidation before you see this broader break of the falling wedge you've been in since September. You also, on Friday, guys, you saw a rejection of the 9-day EMA. So you're a little bit ahead of AMC in that regard, but it's going to be important to see how Monday opens up. You have a broad opportunity on the daily MACD being this tight. You can see just how tight those two lips are, right? Those two bands are literally kissing. So if you see positive price action, I know it seems foreign, but if you see it, guys, you are most likely going to see that positive week that we have been banking on for GameStop. And what is the name of the game? The name of the game is you come back up here, cross your old support. I hope it's not new resistance. I would assume with how many times recently you've bounced off of this local uptrend that you're going to reject, just like AMC. And you then have the opportunity to not just create that inverse head and shoulders that is also correlated with AMC, but potentially find your all-time uptrend on GameStop as support, just like it was back here, back here, back here. You're below it right now, but you do have a bullish setup with this falling wedge pattern, finding a bottom on Friday at 993 or 1993, which is just, it's absurd, guys, to see that you've came from 28 all the way down to 19, leaving no gaps except for the ones above you at 28, 30, and then the all important gap fill. And our personal price target on GameStop at $73. You created this gap fill back in June of 2021, guys, and you still yet to fill it. So it's fascinating, guys. I'm really, really interested to see what you do. The only difference between GameStop and AMC, pretty much in this setup, is you have a death cross on GME that happened recently. You have not tested, besides for here, the death cross. So I do anticipate that will act as resistance next week if you find a green buy. And currently that is at 2263. So watch that number, watch that yellow band. That's your 50-day. That'll act as significant resistance. All right, that was very long-winded. That was a lot to talk about, but I still have more on our boy Jimmy. On GameStop, you have the RSI. You are oversold for the first time to the dramatic effect of, 23 or 26 on the RSI for the first time, guys. The first time since 2023 of August. And that is insane. You were not even that oversold, guys, when you went down to $9. $9.95. That was your low. And that's what these $19 evaluations feel like. Now that you have freaking $10 billion in cash and liquid assets, you have Bitcoin on your balance sheet. Tell me why Ryan Cohen wouldn't just buy more Bitcoin, right? I hope he does. But this is the lowest you've been in RSI since here. What was your immediate spring? Although you did find a lower low, you saw the next week, right? The very next week, a 20% move. So even if you do something like this, guys, I'd hate to see you do it. That is a potential outcome, and we're going to have to continue to watch the broader market. The good news for us is IWM looks freaking nasty. You can see here you're about to, or you did just cross up on your daily RSI band. That has not happened, guys, since these little rallies at the all-time highs. And keep in mind, right, when in doubt, zoom out. You are only 9% away from your all-time high. And in fact, you're establishing a supportive bounce off of your previous all-time high. So this is all just a run-of-the-mill shake of the shareholders, in my opinion. I think that you are going to go higher. I don't know when, and I don't know how, But I do truthfully come to you guys and say, I believe, not financial advice, the best is yet to come. So that is just my quick due diligence on IWM, GME, AMC, guys. If you guys found it valuable, slap the like button and share it. Subscribe. We're almost at 1,000. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Thanksgiving coming up. I'm grateful. I will see you guys in the next video. God bless. Much love.